All right, super quick blowout using our Alpui Wild Ginger Hydro Cream Whip, working that into our hands like lotion, starting at the ends, working this through, and then flipping over and roots to ends. This is going to help us with frizz control, give our blowout some memory and lots of moisture. Our Hydro Mist Blowout Spray is going to balance out the pH in the hair. However, it's also going to be an amplifier, meaning it's going to provide volume and thermal protection. We're going to play with our Neuro Grip today. I'm starting at the roots. I showered with my Marula Light shampoo and conditioner, and then I went ahead and started on my makeup so that way my hair had some time to dry before I started blow drying. So you'll see that some of it's a little drier than other areas. So now I'm just going through and making sure that root is completely dry, using my fingers to stretch it out so that way I can get it smoother and a little more lifted. So you want to spend some time doing this all around your head so you spend less time with that round brush wearing out your muscles in the early morning. So just going through and blast drying that out. And then today I'm going to play with our Paul Mitchell Round Brush XL. I love this because it has corkscrew bristles. So that helps create tension, which also helps smooth and stretch out the hair. So it gives us a lot of control. Starting at the root, I'm working that through using the dryer just to get that other hair out of the way since we're not using any clips today. And then I'm just polishing that through to the end. So you see I'm using my round brush to section hair out of the way and then take a new section of hair. Around the crown, when I start to get around like the arch of my eyebrow and higher is when I start to lift the hair up a little bit more, and that's what helps create volume. You don't want to do this all around the head, meaning under the nape, above the ear, because it's unnecessary strain on your arms and hard work, but it's also going to create more of a helmet head if you do too much. So try to focus these areas and that energy to focus on those areas around the crown and the top and the sides there. So same thing, flipping to the other side, getting a section, working from roots, seasoning those ends, meaning giving them a little extra polish and love, and then just letting it cool. Grabbing another section, same thing. And like you'll see in each section, there's still some dampness to that hair, but it's been blast dried and it's been air dried. So it shouldn't be too many passes with that round brush to get it smoothed out and complete. So now I'm flipping my head over, once again, making sure I have as much water out as possible. And then I'm sort of working around like a clock here. So I'm taking a section at the bottom, working that through, and then I'm going to grab another section. This isn't the prettiest, cleanest sectioning for a blow dry. However, I wanted to give you guys something really just realistic for at home when you only have 10 minutes or so to get this knocked out. Some of the feedback I got from some of my other blow drying videos is that they were helpful. However, they were so sped up that they just weren't sure what their timing would be at home. So I only sped this up a tiny bit just so I wouldn't put you guys to sleep. But in reality, this took me maybe 10 minutes or so. And I do have a lot of hair. It's fine, but there's a lot of it. So I am confident you guys can recreate this at home in a very short amount of time to make life easier so you can practice now while you're in quarantine. So then I just kind of blast through, just make sure there's no other super damp areas. And then this is where you can detail a little bit. Definitely gets hot up in here. So now I'm just kind of playing around with where I want the hair to live and just reworking those sections. So going through, picking out where your fringe is. For me, it's always the decision between a side part but not looking like a comb over. And then in that crown, I'm going to lift that up again and give that some pump and just rework that section. So it just has some fresh polish and a little bit more detail onto that. So then I just kind of play around with it. From here you can do whatever you want. I'm grabbing my Extra Body Finishing Spray and I'm just going to mist that on just to give a little light security, but I still want to keep this super bouncy. So that's why I love working with that, because you can work your fingers through and still comb through. So after this, I just kind of play around with it. And then my baby girl is ready for her vet appointment. So I brought her over to say hello because she was like, what the heck's going on in there? And here is your finished result.